Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul. And what we will discuss is simply the truth being about the common cold, about getting sick. It is true, we can get sick, of course. And it is, in a sense, kind of like an exercise for our body to allow us to grow stronger each time. But the question might be, how do we get rid of sickness, or how do we have a lot less of us getting sick? And not only just common cold and stuff, but how do we stop illnesses that happen to us, or people who get sick from certain things? And we may wonder when we see our children who have, as we may call a defect, they may be autistic, um, they may have a certain syndrome of some sort that makes them act a certain way. You have to realize there are certain chemicals that we put on our own body that can be infused with whatever we bring to the table, or in a sense reproduce. There we go. Anything that we reproduce from that, chemicals that you use such as sunscreen, aren't really beneficial to the body. Certain lotions aren't beneficial to the body. And you might be wondering, well, why would that be? There are many different chemicals. Some of them I don't even care to mention because of the fact there are so many long names for it. And I would suggest you look that up yourself and pay attention to the chemicals that are in it. Some that are very affect the skin in a certain sense. You have to be aware of those things, that those things have an effect on you. The water you drink has an effect on you when it comes to reproduction, when it comes to sickness and whatnot. And minding your P's and Q's about those things is vitally important because it has an effect. Because, for example, water with fluoride. Fluoride can affect you and make you feel docile. You can be afraid of the most silliest things that you have no need to be afraid of in the first place. And I don't say that to people in a sense of to be, as you would say, rude. I'm telling you this in a sense due to my own experience of what I have gone through simply with being in that nature of feeling afraid of unnecessary things, when I had created an experiment where I was drinking distilled water, where I was drinking alkaline water. My body and my mind became a lot clearer. There were things I was doing that I was less afraid of because on top of all that, I was also slowly realizing that I was allowing my emotions to masquerade. I was allowing my thoughts to masquerade as my emotions, believing that there were things that were true that were not true, believing that I was afraid and there would be no way, of things that could easily be pushed to the side. The chemicals you put in your body from different medicines also play a key role because many of them can break down the immune system. One example of this would be antibiotics. They are known for breaking down the immune system. You are using these medicines to heal you and not allowing the body, which can automatically heal itself, to do its job. You have resources that are already in nature that can do the tricks that are found in chemicals, such as drugs and medicine, as you say, that you can use for your body. We don't like to believe that is the truth, but many of our natural things are out there. And to top it off, you have to realize that many of the sicknesses you have on this planet are a cause of our own creation. We created these sicknesses due to what we put on the planet, whether it means poisoning people's food, putting chemicals in certain things, putting chemicals in the sky and whatnot. You are manipulating those things to cause more sickness, which causes a cycle. Causes a cycle of people becoming sick, to go to the doctors, to feel healed or something, and then do this cycle again. Because the name of the game is never to cure whatever illnesses you have. You have to remember that. The ideology of the medical field is to simply keep you there, to treat little symptoms. Think of it like a giant puzzle piece. The goal is not to give you all the pieces to finish the puzzle. The goal is to give you a decent amount of pieces just to make it look like it's kind of been fixed. So there might be 5, 10, 50 pieces missing that don't complete the puzzle, and that's the thing you have to realize. They're not there to complete the puzzle for you, and that's your job. We focus so much of our energy on trying to get someone else to help us that we don't do our own research on how to make sure we are well. Do not focus so much on the doctor. You can learn from a doctor, but I would suggest from that learning to learn further to find other ways that can actually help your body. I've even done this before. This is why I have no concern with what really doctors say, in a sense, because of how I've worked my body. Most doctors may tell you you got to work out 30 minutes a day and you'll be good. Most doctors don't tell you about meditation, though. Most doctors don't tell you about really good eating habits and healthy ways to keep yourself well and fit. No one's going to give that to you. No one's going to tell you about things like monatomic gold or soursop or apricot seeds. These are just a few cures around a bunch of stuff that most people will not tell you and most researchers will not look for. And why is that? They won't look into it because there is no beneficial gain of money to prospect from this. So you have to be willing to look up those illnesses, not just to benefit yourself, but if you even have children, to benefit those children. We always feel like we don't understand why our child acts this way when it comes to syndromes and different illnesses, like I said, with autism and whatnot, and not realizing that if we're not observant of the things we are putting in our body to reproduce or recreate, or even if we ourselves get sick, then we're not paying attention. We like to blame things outside of ourselves. We like to blame, as we call maybe God, as we might say to some people. We like to blame the fact that maybe it was the people out there in the world or what they created. We like to blame everyone else, but not realize to ourselves that we're the one to blame because we have a choice. You have a choice to actually change what you eat and what you put in your body, your system, your skin, and so on and so forth. It is your choice. If you choose to consume those things and put those things in the body, then don't be baffled by the fact that you get ill or you have children that are ill in the same matter. It's just like there was something earlier about the discussion of alcohol. Alcohol is a drug that is very powerful in what it does because it takes away brain cells, because it can deteriorate certain organs. And we will drink it anyways because of the simple fact that due to it not quickly taking away our life, but slowly, we're okay with that. And that is an interesting fact about humans. We prefer slowness of death compared to quickness of death, but yet we will not see death for death is. We do not see ourselves fully living, but we will tell people we are living life to the fullest. But if you are truly living life to the fullest, then wouldn't it mean taking care of who you truly are? To live as the best you can. To move and function no matter what age you are. Because don't you realize you are always the goddesses, the gods, and the creators within. And remember this. Take care of your body and yourself. And know that to know thyself is to know the creator within who you are. So, to everybody out there, have a good morning, a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. And to everybody, peace and namaste.